When it comes to picking video games, I usually look for a great story. Some new game mechanic that I have never seen, and rarely the looks. So it is kind of funny that the two games I'm reviewing right now caught my eyes with their presentation. It was never a question that Itorah has stunning visuals, more like, can it offer more than that? So with high hopes I jumped into playing this game, and well, let's see what the devs at Grimbar Tales have brewed for us, and let's talk about Itorah. In Itorah, you play as a yet nameless mute little girl, awakened from her slumber in a meadow by a mysterious voice. She tries to find the source of the voice, when she is ambushed by spiders and gets captured. However, in the spider's lair she finds a mysterious someone covered in webs, who tries to get out just like the girl. Eventually we escape the webs and help out the stranger, who is revealed to be a talking axe. From now on, the girl will do the punching and jumping, and the axe do the talking. On their way out, they meet Ahui, an odd, fear-looking explorer, who is trying to figure out why nature has started to twist and attack everyone on sight, and why has a human suddenly appeared after their race has disappeared forever ago. So the three set out to uncover these mysteries, and after leaving the ruins, we finally see the world Itorah plays in. Not only the world is quite big in size, but it is also breathtakingly beautiful. I know I have already talked about the game catching my eyes, but when I first started actually playing it, damn, I was just making screenshots and I was in awe how this hand-painted world was built. The whole world inspired by South and Central American landscapes, each lovingly hand-painted by the development team to breathe life into the world of Nahucan. And not only it is meticulously crafted, there's a lot of variety to it. There are lairs, plains, villages, rocky mountains, libraries, and so on. Each and every one of these biomes and places are skillfully put together, and it is a true joy to explore everything. Furthermore, enemy variety is stunning as well. So the world is filled to the brim with things to collect, characters to talk to and aid, and secrets to uncover. Each biome is packed and looks amazing. So let's talk about the narrative and the plot. I love stories. I know that I mention this in every other video I make, but I'm a sucker for great stories and plots, and Itorah delivers on this front as well. The writers did a terrific job. The plot splits into three. Who is the little girl and why is she here? Where have all the humans gone? And what kind of plague is twisting the nature and its inhabitants? And how to stop it. Every chapter in this game will give a bit of info on these questions, slowly building up the tension. And this is one of the driving forces that will keep the player going forward. Luckily the writing is fitting for all ages and the narrative is tight, without fillers or unnecessary ramblings. I was invested in this story throughout and wanted to know all the answers the game initially asked. And luckily I got them all, without any plot holes, so I applaud the writers, well job indeed. The core gameplay loop is all about fighting and platforming. It is in essence very similar to Hollow Knight, but way friendlier. What I mean by this is that Itorah is more forgiving when it comes to mistakes, both with regards to fighting and platforming. When it comes to fighting, we can use our trusty talking axe to hack and slash our way through enemies. We'll have our strong attack, basic attack, and as the game progresses, we'll unlock more and more badass moves, like my favorite, the downward slash. The moves we unlock won't always be connected to fighting, however. In good platforming spirits, there will be places locked away from us, only to be reached by a new and shiny move we can unlock in the future. Apart from the new unlockable moves, we will collect different shiny stones and echoes, that we will be able to exchange for more stamina, health regen and so on. Thus we can play around with stats, either becoming a glass cannon or a bit tankier. When talking about platforming and Metroidvania style fights, it is imperative for the controls to work properly. Coming across the first real boss, I could already put this to the test and I'm happy to report everything works as intended. I was hacking and slashing my way across the landscape with ease, and my jumping and dodging skills were as sharp as Itorah's axe, as I conquered my foes and later the progressively more difficult puzzles and platforming challenges. There's only one noteworthy annoyance when it comes to the enemies waiting for me on very narrow platforms right in the middle of a platforming session. Although each and every animation and move looks truly fucking amazing, you have to wait for each and every one of them to play out, so you can't cancel animations. In this scenario, this meant, no matter how hard I tried, I could not jump when I needed to until I have seen the entire dodge animation play out. Apart from this issue, however, I am fully satisfied with everything Itorah has provided gameplay-wise. And now let's talk about music. What is a good game without sounds and music? Filippo Pecos and Philippe Sellier crafted some beautiful music that pairs great with the gameplay, the characters and each and every place the player will visit. The music heavily features two musical identities, the delicate sounds of plugged instruments of all sorts, and the energy of driving electronic rhythms. The moment you start your journey, a guitar and drum-based heavy melody starts to play in the background that will slowly transition into a chase-like vibe as you arrive to the spider's lair. Later on there will be more scenic background music, as well as drum-based tribal ones that immediately brought back Ludwig Göransson's Mandalorian's theme to me. Overall, it is a job well done, and I'd like to congratulate the gentleman. Well done indeed. Overall, this game is great. It won't be the next Hollow Knight just to set everyone's expectations straight, but it has its own merits, and stands on its own. The fighting is decent, the platforming is challenging enough, and the art is truly beautiful. It is a neat and lovely indie title, and I'm glad that I was given the opportunity to play it, so Maurice Scotch here at Assemble, thank you very much. So I can but recommend this game, as it was one of the best games I have played so far this year, a true surprise. So dear devs at Grimbar Tales, let me applaud you, what an amazing game you have delivered. Oh, and by the way, Itorah just released on the 21st of March, so it is still fresh out of the oven. So give it a try yourselves. And if you do, please let me know in the comments below. I'd like to see what you think. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed this review as much as I enjoyed my time with Itorah. Give this video a thumbs up, as it helps us immensely with the algorithm, and while you're there, why not subscribe? It's free. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Escape Pod out.